Hey, it's Ice Age TV, and what am I doing now? Hey, riding around in the Bronco Raptor, not the 37 Raptor, but boy, it's overcast. We got snow coming in tomorrow, and just enjoying my Ford Bronco, my Ford products. I'm really fortunate to have some really nice Ford products. These things ain't cheap, but I can tell you what, I'm such the car addict, car junkie, and I get to ride around in so many different type of vehicles. This Raptor Bronco is a lot of fun, but I gotta tell you what, that Wild Track Bronco that I bought, that my daughter's driving around mostly in, that thing is so much fun. I mean, all sincereness, in so many ways, I think I just get another Wild Track. I mean, the Wild Track is just so much fun, especially with that exhaust I put on it. And don't get me wrong, this thing's really fun, badass, but it's a lot of money. I'm just wanting to reach out to those who watch my channel and just share my enthusiasm and my driving experiences. You kind of get to see how I ride around every day of my life and take care of my business, and I get to go see a lot of scenery and sights. And I've already been around the DC Beltway, and now I'm here in the back roads, and which I enjoy the back roads, especially coming back in, because typically not a lot of traffic the way I come back in. Get to see the scenery. And I'm over here in Adamstown, Maryland, where this area here is so slated just to be in a booming town eventually. There's just so much open land, and they've already laid the infrastructure, and they're continuing to lay the infrastructure for all the electric and water, gas, internet. It's incredible. And how they're, as I drive down the road here, you may see some of the construction going on. And as I drive further up, you'll see the open land. And this is just huge farmland that's a lot of the sod, Chuck Wade sod, I think, or something like that. He's a big sod farm guy, and I have actually bought sod from his operation out here over the years. And anyways, you know, all this land is just wide open, but it's been zoned to be commercial and residential property. And you can see here, so you're pulling in all this cabling, all this piping for the future of this area, just to be mega houses, townhouses, town center, businesses. It's just incredible. Over the next 30 to 50 years, how this is going to totally be a whole different looking type of landscape. And there's no doubt in my mind that they're laying all this infrastructure now, probably here in the next 3 to 5 years, to probably start doing the building. I actually looked to moving out of this area really about 20 plus years ago, because it's just so rural and nice. And I did look into buying some property out here and building a house, but I just never did it. It's just so flat, such a low-lying area. So anyways, just here we are, Bronco Raptor, and I've got the tuner exhaust on right here. Shows you where you can go to the different exhaust notes. I'm in the Baja, but it still isn't really that radical. That Wild Track Bronco I have, that AEWE exhaust sounds so much nicer. So here you go. So here they are, building out this whole underground infrastructure of all this future internet. I mean, I'm just assuming it's going to be for gas, internet. They've already done the sewer and water, and they've done, I mean, so it's just wow. Be interesting to come back through here 20 years from now and drive through here and be like, yep, this isn't anything what it used to look like. So, and these guys have been working on this for quite a while. And it's rain or shine, these guys are out trenching away. So, as we get up the road, and today it's actually warmed up. Well, not so much. Wow. Well, it's 35 up around the Beltway. It's 28 out here. So, well, I tell you what, you'd wish you had a snowmobile. Even my four-wheeler would be a lot of fun right now, blasting out here. Even a dirt bike, because it's just not too, it's not real deep. Older guy lives here. He usually sits out the door there in the nicer months, and he waves at you as you go by him. But this Bronco Raptor, it just hauls ass. This thing just rocks. This thing's an 80 mile an hour, 90 mile an hour, 100 mile an hour vehicle like nothing. I mean, I am not embellishing here. This thing just rolls down the road like nothing. And I'm getting 16 miles a gallon, and I usually put 87 octane in this thing. Some people are like, oh no. I mean, no way, man. I've burned through so much fuel. It's not worth it. Yeah, I'll run some premium in it every now and then, but I'm just running up and down the road all day, and I just can't justify blowing through fuel. And the vehicle just automatically sets itself. You hear this? Here's this thing doing its rev matching. See that? The only thing I don't like about the sport mode, it's a little aggressive. So that when you go to kind of get into it and come down these slower speeds, it kind of gets an attitude. But you know, it just rocks. You got a little bump. You got a little blip. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. Confident vehicle. Comfortable vehicle. Got the adaptive cruise in it. You know, I've done reviews on them, but then I just kind of fade away from it because I talk about all my vehicles so much. But I think it's just nice to be able to share with others that don't have the opportunity to drive these vehicles and kind of feel like you're in the vehicle as we roll down the road together, like you're sitting next to me and we're having our cars and coffee conversation. Yeah. Oh, we got the slow poker as we came into Point of Rocks, Maryland, right on the Virginia-Maryland line. There's the big old chicken farm over here. Here's the Dairy Queen. Not really, but it's the ice cream store. If anybody's up in this area in the spring, summer months. See where this thing really shifts down aggressively, but see there? There is Point of Rocks, Rocky Point Creamery. And pretty much from the spring, summer, fall, they're open. Winter months, they close up. Really good ice cream. Pricey, that's for sure. Yeah, I could probably take off my dark glasses because it just really isn't that bright out as we rock around, roll around. So it's the Bronco Day. My kid's in the Wild Track. She just loves that Wild Track. I mean, I'm not lying. She loves that thing. So the Jeep Gladiator, that thing was in such upside down in value, I'd probably trade that for something. Probably still could. What do I get rid of the Gladiator? Well, I tried to get a 392 and that didn't work out. Thought I had it worked out. But the kid just loves that Wild Track. Oh, here we go. So now we're going off his blinkers because he has to stop at the railroad crossing due to he has explosive. You know, what does he have in this thing? 1024 or 1824. What is that? What is that code? Is it acetic acid? I mean, what is it? What's he taking this thing? Where's he going? Is he going to the Can-Am Steel here to give him special materials? Nope. I have no idea. Back in the day, this was such the train station town because for so many people that traveled to DC, this was a great way for them to save a lot of money on fuel and wear and tear in their car and sit in traffic. And so they get up here in the Point of Rocks rail station and would head into work. But I bet you that's about an hour and a half train ride. That'd be my guess. But I'm not real sure. It looks like that one building, nope, it just is decaying. So how about that? So you still have a group of people that do it, but I bet you the train is light. But, you know, what is that? What's that round ticket? Is that a $10 fare? I'd imagine at least that, wouldn't you? And then once they get into the city, then they got to jump off and probably get on a bus and go somewhere else. I don't know. Whole different lifestyle. That wasn't me. I've always been pretty much self-employed and worked for a small business, and there you go. So you got a guy going to the park, I guess. This used to be a nice little gas station, a liquor store. Now there's multiple people who moved into this place. They're trying to make it a deli. It never works out. That was a liquor store. Can you only imagine? All the people used to get off the train, go to the liquor store, get their liquor, booze, head on home. Yeah, the good old days. How it's all changed from the remote working. When I get back in, I'm going to try to get an order in for my Ford Raptor Ranger. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order one. My sales guy couldn't pick up the link that I built one. But I think it's pretty cool. I'm going to build my own because then that way I get to track it. Then I'm in the system. It's my order. Then I can log in. I can kind of keep on track what's going on with it. So when I get back in this afternoon, that's what I'm going to do. If I can't even order, I mean, you definitely can build it. They give you all the options to build it. Be able to order it. That'll be exciting, right? To order 2. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe I ought to do that. Maybe we'll order 2. Yeah. Now we're thinking, right? As we come back into the Virginia side, and look at the river. If we had cold enough weather much longer, that would start icing over. So, you know, there's houses up here in the hill. You don't see them in the summer months because of all the trees. But there's a house up there I didn't even know existed. Up here on the side of the hill. So interesting. And this road has never changed. And now with all the remote working, I don't know if the urgency is there like it used to be. The dynamics of some of the roadways in some ways have changed because so many people in this area now remotely work. So it's just not as heavy as traffic. It's still heavy, but not as radically heavy. So you have to say to yourself, as the years progress, will more and more people be working from home and there's just less people commuting? And you'd have to honestly say yes. The whole evolution of the dynamics of how we're working and getting things is all changing right in front of our eyes. So you just have to, in some ways, say the roads will continue to get lighter in some ways. Nobody ever makes it that antique store. There's a guy named Mitch Athey who he passed. That's all his stuff. The Athey family is well known in this area. Sadly, Jim Athey, Joanne Athey, they've passed. And then Michael passed, Mitchell's passed. And now Mark and Michelle are the surviving daughter and son. And they live up in this area. And I don't know who took over Jim Athey's house. And some of you go, why are you talking about this guy Athey? Because that's the farmhouse that I bought. He owned that farmhouse and developed that development. Jim Athey. I met the guy through a phone call on a phone book. Just there's his house up there that he built back in the probably late 60s, early 70s. And so if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have that farmhouse. Yeah, I mean, he let me buy that farmhouse by trading my townhouse towards it. Then he held a mortgage on that house for 3 years to give me time to qualify to buy a mortgage because I couldn't qualify. I didn't have the income. So I had a blind faith that I'd be able to make enough money to get a loan on that home and eventually be able to buy him out and pay him in full through a note on the bank because he owned that house outright. Oh, this guy here. So this guy here just wants to make a left-hand turn, but it's not the left-hand turn lane. Now they're lost. This road has so many people like this that just don't know the road. It's challenging. It's a very dangerous road. We've been fortunate. People used to die on this road all the time. And they kind of re-engineered it a little bit. They lowered the speed limit. But this road has been notorious for major car crashes and major deaths. It's your typical 2-lane road. And it's a major road that connects Maryland, Pennsylvania, down to North Carolina. I mean, it's just a major road that gets people from the tri-state area and up north to stay off 95 and to get down south. It's a very heavily traveled road. Yeah, Jim Athey, who I met in 1991, it wasn't for him and for him owning that house outright, farmhouse, then I never would have been able to buy that house. You just sometimes have to wonder how things play out as we roll down the road in the Ford Bronco Raptor. But my whole conversation this morning revolved around the Ford performance products, and Ford, in my eyes, is doing a great job. Oh yeah, that Ford Ranger Raptor has the exact same motor as this, a 3.0 liter motor. Did they raise the horsepower on it? I don't know. I haven't really looked at that. As here she comes around that mountain. Here she comes. Here she comes around that mountain. Here she comes as we get closer to home. I'm hungry. I want lunch. Vanish. That's a brewery back there. That place is a gold mine. That place is a gold mine. Yeah, I think to myself so many years ago, should have bought the vineyard, should have bought the brewery. It's a lot of hands-on, it's a lot of work. But that's alright, I'm good. That house there looked like a shambles for years. I think the guy that owned it finally died. Somebody's cleaning it up. This here is the trailer park. So literally the guy that owns this gas station, Lale, he owns the whole trailer park, that house there. He owns all this land, and I call it, it's a trailer park. This guy gets money from all these trailers. Another trailer park right up the road. And that guy there is your immigrant that came here with nothing, and now he owns like 2 or 3 gas stations, owns land, property. You just hear these stories all the time of these immigrants who come to this country with nothing, and then as years progress, they have everything. Some young immigrant who came to this country like in 1991, 92, or something like that. He came here with nothing, and he just bought the Dulles Town Center Mall. And a guy, Miller Construction, the guy took him under his wing and taught him real estate. He started doing residential real estate, then commercial real estate, and now the guy has made so much money in his lifetime. He's probably a little younger than me, and he just paid $45 million for the Dulles Town Center, which is a deal, because that thing was worth like $120 million. But these malls are going broke. They're just not getting the foot traffic because of all the dynamics of the order anything you want and it's delivered to your house. All right, we're getting back in here to the compound. So I think I'm going to wrap it up. The Bronco Raptor, call it a day, and then get ready for the morning conversations. Well, it's tomorrow morning's conversations. We've had the cold, hot, winter, and summer, spring. No, we haven't had summer. It's spring. Did I give it away? All right, let's get our truck parked here, have some lunch, and call it another video of the Raptor enjoyment time. All right, here she is. The 2022 Ford Bronco Raptor, all blacked out, 37 tires. That's something. I mean, that's one thing about that Jeep 392. I'd put 37s on that thing, give it a little more character. That was one of my thoughts. But hey, this vehicle is so nice. You won't go wrong. And, you know, the thing holds its value. It really does. And doesn't do bad on fuel mileage. Peppy, fast. I like the grill inserts, like the hood. I just like all the little things they do to dress it up and make her look special, and I think she is special. So that's it. So I'm going to call it a day. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Stay tuned for the morning conversations, and what will it be about?